Any of the spots can be kept which are there in your theory. Like you have soldering and welding. A welder can be kept. This is a welder. This is, you have to roam in the department and see. This is a glass bead sterilizer. This can also be kept sometime. Or this is a welder. This is a spot welder that can be kept. So this welder is used for forming the bands. You have a band material, you use this type of welder. This is a spot welder for soldering the or welding the bands, the molar bands. So this is a spot welder. In cheek retractor, composite material, LED light cure material, or the base formers you use these base formers for making study models. So these are the base formers. So the base formers, light cure material. So this is fine. Base formers, light cure machine, composite. These are the modules. You can see some things are kept here. This is elastic chain. The spool can also be kept. This is used for closure of spaces. Nothing else. This can also be kept. It is written on this. This is a steel coil springs, open coil springs, open type. There are open coil springs and closed coil springs. So this is the open coil spring. This is a spring. Is it visible? This is an open coil spring. This is used for opening of spaces. When there is this, you have to study in fixed appliance what is the use of open coil spring. It is used for opening up of spaces. So this was the spot welder, those who have not seen. Then solder material may be kept, solder wire. In that wire, it will be written, it is solder wire. So solder wire may be kept, or blowtorch may be kept, which is used for soldering. So someone has asked on the chat that you want to see types of atoms again. There are good pictures of atoms in your textbooks. You can easily identify the atoms class. I have some of them, like this is the atoms with distal extension. So this is the atoms with distal extension. This is the distal extension of the atoms. This type of atoms is atoms with helix. So this is atoms with helix. In textbook, you have very good pictures. Easily you can identify types of atoms, whichever are kept. I will show you one. Yes. Do you have any questions? You want to show any of the spot again? Activator and bionator. So this is the activator and bionator. In activator, it is a single block of appliance, like upper and lower plates are connected with each other. So this is the activator. In activator, there will be only one labial. This is a passive type of appliance. So there will be only labial bow will be present. This is the upper labial bow. It has upper and lower labial bow. In activator, only one labial bow or two labial bows are present. There are no Adams or anything because this is a passive type of appliance. So this is the activator with it is single block of appliance, like upper and lower plates are connected with each other. This is also a single block of appliance. When wax bite or construction bite is kept, it will be the question whatever is asked with it. Types of construction bite can be asked, like high construction bite, low construction bite, or any specific right about the construction bite. How do you take the bite for activator can be asked, or how you take the bite for twin block can be asked. So method of construction bite or types of construction bite can be asked when this type of bite is kept. So activator is clear. This is the bionator. In bionator, it is also a single block of appliance, but the difference is the labial bow is different. Here there was standard type of labial bow in activator. In bionator, there is different labial bow with vestibular extensions. These are the vestibular extensions for keeping the cheek muscles away. So there is expansion of the arch because of tongue forces. So it keeps the cheek musculature away. This is a different type of labial bow that is present in bionator. Also there is palatal bow that is present. So this is the palatal bow and the different type of labial bow with vestibular extensions. So this is the bionator, this is the activator. I hope activator and bionator and construction bite, these are clear. What all questions are there? I'll just check. Then is cephalometrics. Cephalometrics, identify the points, identify the planes, or identify the angles will be asked in cephalometrics. Here, you can see angles are marked. 1, 2, 3, 4 is also written. So you have to write which is the first angle, which is second angle, and give the normal values can also be asked. So this is identify the angles. Then this is also identify the angles. This is SN plane. This is Frankfurt horizontal plane, palatal plane, and mandibular plane. So identify the points. These are identify the landmarks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to identify the landmarks. This was about cephalometrics. You should be knowing the main angles, values for main angles like SNA, SNB, common angles which are there that you should know the values. Someone has written twin block. This is the twin block. There are two types of twin block that are there in the department. It is for class 2 correction or class 3 correction. When it is for class 3 correction, you will see lip pads in upper arch. You can see lip pads in upper arch. So this is for class 3 correction. Also the blocks are reversed. Here the inclined plane is in such a way that it slides the mandible in front. So this slides the mandible in front. This is used for class 2 correction. This type of twin block, it slides the mandible. This angulation or inclined plane is in such a way that it slides the mandible behind. So this is for class 3. Also the main identification thing is there are lip pads present in upper arch in class 3 or reverse type of twin block. In normal twin block, there are no lip pads. The inclined planes are in such a way that they slide the mandible in front. So these both are class 2 type of twin block, and this is reverse twin block. What else you require? Cephalometrics, space maintainers. Now in space maintainers, all these are space maintainers. Transpalatal arch, lingual arch, all these are one function is space maintainer. The main space maintainers that we have in the department is These are the space maintainers. So this is a this is a transpalatal button which can be used as space maintainer as there are missing teeth are present. So to avoid this molar to move in front, this type of transpalatal button is given. These are the space maintainers for classification. These are functional type of space maintainers. These are non-functional type of space maintainers where teeth are not present. In functional type, the teeth are present, so they help in function. So these are functional type of space maintainers. These are non-functional type of space maintainers. Then you want to see, these are the transpalatal button, transpalatal arch and lingual arch. Transpalatal button, transpalatal arch and lingual arch. Lingual arch can also be used as a space maintainer, also for anchorage purpose. Hydro solder is a soldering unit that is used for soldering. It is a very big machine, hydro solder, that will not be kept. Only soldering wire can be kept. In soldering and welding chapter, you must be having one wire, picture of a spool in which it is written solder wire. So that spool can be kept which has solder wire. So identify and uses of the solder wire can be asked. Or blow torch can be kept. There is a blow torch in the department. I don't have it right now. It is there in the locker. So blow torch is used for soldering. That blow torch can also be kept. Any other questions you have? OPG and its uses can also be asked. Is there any other question you can write on the chat? Beggs retainer. Beggs wraparound retainer is this is the retainer which has a wire component that is extended on the labial aspect. You can see this is the wire component, labial bow, and it is extended distally till the last molar. So this is the Beggs retainer or Beggs wraparound retainer, also known as wraparound retainer because it wraps all till the last molar. This is the Beggs wraparound retainer used for retention purposes. Clear? Then Frankel appliance. You have Frankel 1 appliance, Frankel 2 appliance and Frankel 3 appliance. Straight away, first you have to orient the Frankel appliance with the help of palatal bow. Palatal bow should be facing upwards. So this is the palatal bow, this should be facing upwards. This is the palatal bow, it should be facing upwards. Here lip pads are present in the upper arch. You can see there are lip pads in the upper arch. So this is the Frankel 3, FR3. If it is kept like this, you will feel there is no wire component, only lip pads are there in lower arch. It is Frankel 1, but it is not so. You have to first orient it with the help of palatal bow. First you orient it properly, then you see where are the lip pads. If they are in upper arch, it is FR3. If they are in lower arch, it may be FR1 or FR2. For what is the differentiation? There is wire component in upper, lower, you have to see lower lingual portion. Lower arch, lingual aspect. Here the only their wire component is there. Can you see there is a wire component here and here there is an acrylic component. This is the acrylic component. In lower lingual portion there is only wire component in FR1. There is acrylic component in FR2. You can see there is a acrylic component. This component is the acrylic component in lower lingual region. This portion. So this is FR2. This is having only wire component. This is FR1. Any other question? Oh, chat. Do you want to ask anything or should I end the meeting? So I am ending the meeting now. It is a good time to study, so study well. You should get good marks. You are getting a lot of time for studying. So I am ending the meeting now. If you want anything, you can tell your CR. CR will convey to me. She has my number. Okay, stay home, stay safe. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. You're welcome.